Welcome back. The trophies for the Gimcrack, and now the presentation.
The next race, the Andy Capp Handicap, we are grateful to Mirror Group newspapers for their generous sponsorship of this race.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Europe Race Committee are very grateful to Scottish Equitable sponsoring one of the most important two-year-old races in the calendar, the Gimcrack Stakes, and won by a very good two-year-old this afternoon. I'm sure you will agree, Reprimand. And we're great pleasure in asking Mrs. Margaret Berry, the wife of the General Manager of Scottish Equitable, to make the presentation to Sheikh Ahmed Al Maktoum, representing his brother Sheikh Mohammed. Mrs. Berry.
You see Mrs. Margaret Burridge handing the trophy to Sheikh Ahmed Al Maktoum, who is receiving on behalf of his brother Sheikh Mohammed, owner of both the first and the second, but of course also Minister of Defence for the United Arab Emirates. And no one needs much telling. It's a pretty tricky situation in the Gulf at the moment. And if you present trophies here at York, you get a handsome bouquet yourself. And as Lord Manton shakes the sponsor's hand, the camera is, in fact, the reason for this long pause, gentlemen, is that there is a camera manoeuvring its way around, and in a second we'll be talking to Henry Cecil, the trainer Reprimand, and indeed to Anthony Stroud, Sheikh Mohammed's racing manager. Here first, Henry Cecil. His congratulations, this is going to be a bit boring, but we really must say on behalf of all Channel 4, 125 winners now, more than £2 million in prize money. Did the season begin to roll all the way like this?
No, really... half it's rolled and half hasn't. I mean, all things can roll at the same time. We're lucky to get away with what we have, really.
Well, get away with it. It's a nice phrase. But let's just take us through today, Henry. First of all, reference point. It looked very satisfactory to you, but you did lose a shoe. Was there a little bit of worry?
Well, I think on that ground it didn't really matter because Cecil didn't bruise his foot and he seemed fine afterwards. He enjoyed himself, and I think it's very important to give a horse a nice easy race before going for something a bit harder.
And set fair for the Ledger and the Ark?
Yes, I think he's a horse that looks after himself, and I can see him sort of still being all right for the Ark.
And Reprimand now?
Well, I think a lot of the horse. I think he's a good horse, a very big horse. He didn't like the ground at all. He'd been working very well his hair. He couldn't handle the ground, so I think he did well to win. But usually, if a horseman doesn't like the ground, he usually finishes last, not first. So I think quite pleased with it.
And he in fact supposed to beat San Quirico in a gallop, but San Quirico appeared later in the week.
Well, he ran very well, San Quirico. I mean, we don't beat each other in gallops. We don't have races at home. But I think that one of the main reasons we went to the Gimcrack is because Andy Stroud, Mohammed's manager, was so looking forward to making the speech, because I don't think Sheikh Mohammed will be here that time of the year.
Well, I think we have a preliminary hearing of the speech, Henry Nard, Andy Stroud, welcome to Channel 4. And your dilemma with the number of horses you have was shown there in a way. You had two in the race. Right. For an awful moment, I thought, wouldn't be the stable neglect or the owner's neglect who's going to win it. Does this become a problem for you?
I think it does. It is a problem for us, but you've got to let the two trainers respect the ability of both our horses. You've got to let them take their chance. I mean, in the Sussex Stakes, we have three, so all trained in different countries, so it does happen. It happens all the time. We're lucky to have good horses to run in them.
And as you know, it's a cynical old world with lots of people looking in and say, oh, well, they organise it all, but well, let's nail the lie. They're all doing the
I'm sure Clive Britton and Tony Ives are very keen to win today.
Tell us about it's been a fantastic year in many ways, but you've had your reverses. I mean, Henry too, with the United Indian Skimmers and things.
We've had a lot of injuries and a lot of problems. A nice horse like El Creed, who would have won a lot of races this year. With Indian Skimmer, who's had a setback. Unite has a setback. Scimitar, you know, it's not all plain sailing, really. I mean, a lot of...
Just tell us about you. I mean, how many are you actually managing? How are you getting through your day, the phone calls and the logging? How does that work?
You love the telephone, don't
you? Yeah, I'm always on the telephone. The trainers are very good at communicating. I liaise with them, liaise with Sheikh Mohammed, who at the present is in the Gulf. And we get through. I mean, there's a lot of horses, about 350, and one just manages it that way, really.
Well, you're managing pretty well at the moment. Thank you, gentlemen, very much.
Thank you.
Andy Stroud and Henry Cecil, a pretty all-conquering team. Here's our version of an all-conquering team, all in one, John McCurrick.
some horrible sod round here went and said, oh, there goes the Pink Panther. I don't know what they're talking about. My clothier's got my normal summer outfit on, so don't worry about that. Just to give you news on the 2,000 guineas, I wasn't particularly impressed with that Reprimand. I know our Jim McGrath, he thought it ran a good race. Well, it's a mummy's pet, and whether it'll win the 2,000 guineas, well, I doubt it after that. And the bookmakers have held it generally at 16 to 1, though you can get 20 to 1 with Hills. That's against Reprimand. Warning is the 10 to 1 favourite, with 16 and 20 to 1 against Trailos, and also 20 to 1 San Quirico. And San Quirico runs in the Solario Stakes on Channel 4 at Sandown on Friday. I saw Charles St George here. He certainly expects San Quirico to win. Watch him with us on Channel 4. But were you impressed with Reprimand? If you were, 20 to 1 you can get. But far better if you back this winner at Yarmouth.
That's right, John. SP is a 350, first number 12, ongoing situation at 6 to 4. And that's winner number 40 of the season for jockey Brian Rouse. Second number 19 right here, 11 to 8 favourite. And third number 15, Auburn Lady at 5 to 1. Non-runners numbers 2 and 6 and 6 rounds.
Well, you see that great big TV screen in the middle of the course. Well, I thought I'd come away from the winners' enclosure, the members' enclosure. I thought I'd come over and join everybody over this side. You can see it standing down in front of it. There's the back of my head there. I'm actually looking at myself. It's about 50 foot tall, this. It is quite incredible. Shows you how big it is, you know, because I'm, what, 6 foot, and there I am. Stuart McAllister is the engineer who's running all this. How does it all work?
Works on cathode ray tubes, rather like a domestic television set, except each cathode ray tube measures about an inch by an inch. And there are, if I remember correctly, 79,888 of them.
Cool, blimey. Sounds good to me.
Quite a few.
Where do you take it apart from the race meeting?
Motor racing, pop concerts, conferences, press launches, anything where a big screen could be of value.
It's very, very popular. And it doesn't break down, it works all the time?
It's very reliable, very reliable.
I don't doubt. Right, well, Stuart, let's have a chat to a few other people over here. Actually, it costs £1.50 to get in here. Compared to the other side, it's very good value for money. And looking through the Daily Mirror, because it's the Andy Capp Handicap, what's going to win?
What's going to win this one?
Yeah.
Well, I reckon the Linehouse will win this one.
The Linehouse, yeah. Robert Sangster. Yeah. Let's have a look at you. You having a good day? You enjoying yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are you from?
Hull.
Hull, the East Riding. Who's this over here? What's your name?
Cow.
Really? You backing any winners?
I backed one.
You backed one. Well done. Here's a man studying form. What are you going to back in the handicap?
Glint of Victory, I think.
Glint of Victory. That's got a future. Here's a lady over here. You having a good afternoon?
No, not yet.
Not yet. What do you fancy for the handicap?
The Linehouse.
Another one for the Lineheart. And what do you fancy?
No, no, I'm just with her.
Oh, you're just with her? Oh, well. What about you?
Just stiff up beer, mate.
Beer for beer. And what do you think's going to win?
Well, I think that's Simonus.
Right. What do you think of it over here? £1.50 to get in. Is it good value? Is it a great day out?
Yeah.
Yes?
Good value.
All right. Yeah, as long as it doesn't rain. Were you here yesterday?
Yeah.
Did you get wet?
Certainly was stuck yesterday.
But this makes up for it, doesn't it?
Oh, it certainly does.
Fellas, nice to see you, and I hope the horse wins the handicap.
That's what we're doing.
Heidi Bays. Back to you in the members' enclosure, bruv.
Yes, the horse is now in the paddock for this Andy Capp Handicap. Once again, a depleted field. Now the non-runners. Number 1, Powerbenders out. Royal Halo 4, 7 Red Russell, 12 Trojan Desert. That was the one that was thought to be a non-runners, now being confirmed. 14 Riot Squad and 23 and 24 Wooded Right on Cue and Warplane. A mile on the furlong, and the list today headed by Tartuffe.
Who's the subject of a jockey change, is now ridden by Greville Starkey, drawn 4. Number 3 is True Gent, ridden by John Reed, drawn 9. 5, Common-Sided Gypsy, John Lowe, 14. 6, Tamarad, Walter Swinburne, 10. 10, Glint of Victory, ridden by Michael Hill, 20. 11, Jason's Quest, Cash Asmussen, drawn 7. 13, Balfour, ridden by Dean McEwen, drawn 15. 15, Bolden, now ridden by Jimmy Bleasdale, so a jockey change there as well. 16, Synomis, Tony Eyes, drawn 18. 17, Kingswell Flame, Richard Fox, 1. 18, All Agreed, Alan Mackay, 12. 19, Forcing Bid, Michael Roberts, 2. 20, High Debate, Billy Newens, 21. 21, Tribute to Youth, Chris Wetter, 6. 22, The Lionheart, Blinkered, ridden by Willie Carson and drawn 3. 25, Arctic Ken, ridden by Steve Dawson, drawn 23.
and 27 Blaze of Gold, ridden by Martin Fry, drawn 11. The 17 runner lineup then for this Andy Capp Handicap. The trip is 9 furlongs.
And there's a filly who's come all the way up from Epsom. Number 17, Kingsfold Flame, who's really had a wonderful season for Mick Haynes. 4 winners and 3 places from 7 runs so far. Let's see her on our last visit to York, the Hofmeister Handicap in July.
A furlong to go and 4 are in line, and it's Kingsfold Flame on the outside, with quite a bit of turn of foot, and Kingsfold Flame comes to take Sailor Song. Sailor Song fights back, but Kingsfold Flame has a bit of turn of foot. Kingsfold Flame wins from Sailor Song in second.
She's been wonderfully consistent this season. Kingsfold Flame, this 4-year-old filly, of course, because of that form, she's gone up in the handicap. Her last victory since that one here at York was in Belgium. As a matter of fact, she went over to Ostend and won a race. Apparently they didn't go any gallop in it, but she won nicely. I thought we were going to lose her for a moment, but no, she hasn't gone out yet. In any case, she's ridden by Richard Fox, and although, of course, the handicapper has taken into account her consistent success, she's so consistent and so good that she might easily be in the shake-up. Number 17, Kingsfold Flame. Behind her, in the Aga Khan's colours, is Tamarad, number 6. Walter Swinburne rides this colt by Blushing Groom. He's won twice this season. His last run was at Newmarket. Cry for the Clown won it, and Tamarad only finished 6th. The distance will suit him. He's won over 1.25 miles, so this 1 mile and 1 furlong will probably be worth 1.25 miles today. He has won on soft ground, but probably not as soft as this. Let's see one that a lot of the punters fancied, the Lionheart, going down, not going down particularly well, I'm sorry to say, for those people who fancied him in the ring, but that may be because Willie Carson hasn't loosed him, but the Lionheart not really striding out too well. Nevertheless, his form is pretty good just recently, and I very much hope that he does win, because his trainer John Hills has not only never had a winner at York, but more important, he's on his honeymoon. He was married on Sunday, and he and his bride have come up here to York to see the Lionheart run. So the least he can do is to give them a wedding present by winning the Andy Capp. That's Common Cider Gypsy with the black colours and yellow stars. That's John Lowe on Common Cider Gypsy. It was trained up here by Steve Norton. The North did win the selling race, but haven't had any more successes apart from that so far. Well, Common Cider Gypsy has been running in ladies' races, ridden by Jenny Goulding. She won one at Reprimand and ran very well in the diamond race at Ascot, which, of course, the Princess Royal won. Jenny Goulding was 3rd to 10 No Trumps. And this is certainly another one with a chance. Really, this is such an open race. It's just as open as the Cambridgeshire will be in the autumn. I honestly wouldn't want to make a selection, but let's see the prices you can get.
And it's a very open market too, John, with 3 co-favourites, all on 6-1. Glint of Victory, the Lionheart and Synomis. True Gent and Common Cider Gypsy both on the 8-1 mark, with Balthus on 10s and 12-1 bar those.
And that's Bolden going down with Joey Brown. Well, really, beg your pardon, the jockey change. Jimmy Bleasdale, jockey change from my morning paper, rather. I haven't studied the board. Jimmy Bleasdale rides Bolden. Well, he won the Silver Seal at Epsom back in June, beating Rana Pratap, but I'm afraid that was his one and only bit of form this season. He hasn't repeated it since. Number 15, Bolden. Here's one with I think a serious chance. Glint of Victory, another one who some of the punters Derek was interviewing fancied, and no wonder, because Glint of Victory had been running well up to her last race. That was a maiden race at Brighton, and she won it nicely from Tittlemaus. She stays a mile and a quarter. That was a mile and a quarter at Brighton, so she ought to get this trip. And she definitely handles soft ground. That's the big plus for Glint of Victory. We absolutely know that she will go through this ground. Michael Hills on Glint of Victory, and here's the Pink Panther.
Right. They were going 6 to 1 the field, and I was just checking up on it, and it looks now as though Synomis, number 16, is going to start favourite. They're calling 11 to 2 Synomis. There's a major gamble. Lord Derby's filling in the offices this morning. Hills, Corals, Ladbrokes, the Mecca, 14 to 1, 12 10. They're putting in at 7 and 8 to 1, open 6 on the course, and it looks like being favoured. A really well-backed horse. I think it's fair enough. Call Synomis a steamer. They've been steaming in to back it. Against it, Glint of Victory is out to 6 to 1. Good money for the Lionheart, also at 6 to 1. 8 to 1 against 8 and 10 to 1 True Gent, and various prices the rest, 10 and 12 to 1 the rest. But there's no doubt this Synomis all round the country has developed into a steamer, is now the 11 to 2 favourite, but I won't guarantee you it will go off the jolly.
Well, yet another steamer, and a beautifully bred steamer, because Synomis, who belongs, of course, to Lord Derby, trained for him by Willie Hastings Bass, is by Shergar, out of a Welsh pageant mare, so she'll certainly be worth her place in Lord Derby's stud by and by. And she's been pretty consistent. She's kept finding one or two too good for her, behind Loud Appeal and Penelope Strawberry. Both those races were at Newmarket. But it's just about her turn to win, I would think. This distance will certainly suit her. It might be a little bit short for her even. She's run over a mile and a half. But we know that she's run on soft-ish ground, but not nearly as heavy as this. So that is an unknown quantity. That's number 16, Synomis. And let's see Sheikh Mohammed's first string. Well, I don't know whether it's first string, as we have said many times. They're all doing their best. But True Gent, last time out at Goodwood, he's sweating quite badly, incidentally. Well, I don't know, it's a pretty muggy day. But last time out at Goodwood, True Gent was an awful disappointment. He started favourite for the new Schweppes race, the Golden Mile, and ran thoroughly badly. He was made favourite on the strength of a good run against Bronzewing, stable companion, when he ran third to Bronzewing at Newmarket. That looked a very, very promising run, but he didn't by any means fulfil that promise at Goodwood. Well, let's hope he will today. John Reed on True Gent. That's, well, this ground isn't getting any less testing. It's probably drying out and becoming more sticky, so that horses put their feet in and have difficulty pulling them out. That's really more testing than when it's very wet. Well, let's see Sheikh Mohammed's other runner, and a definite possibility, trained by Barry Hills this time and ridden by Cash Asmussen. Jason's Quest has won once this season. That was at Windsor, and his last run, quite on his toes, as you can see. Cash looks quite happy about it, though. On his last run, that was also at Windsor, and Jason's Quest, who no doubt had got pretty on his toes there too, reared up in the stalls as they opened and lost quite a bit of ground. He still finished fourth, and fourth running on. So it's quite possible if he sets off with the others today, that he might finish with them, if not in front of them. Number 11, Cash Asmussen on Jason's Quest.
And Jason's Quest in the market at 12 to 1, but we have a clear favourite, Synomis, at 5 to 1. The Lionheart 11 to 2, and Glint of Victory on 13 to 2. True Gent and Common Cider Gypsy and Balthus all on the 10 to 1 mark. Tribute to Youth also on 12s at Jason's Quest, and 14 to 1 bar.
We haven't seen the top weight Tartuffe. That may be him, I think. I think it is in the foreground of our picture. That's Tony Clark on Tartuffe. Good 2-year-old, seriously good 2-year-old, but only had one run so far, and his 2-year-old form suggested that this kind of dead ground might not really suit him. Number 21 is Tribute to Youth. That, according to my race card, is a colour change. But in any case, that is Tribute to Youth. It's written by Chris Rutter. Makes the running, or tends to be up there anyway. Takes a pretty strong hold. Tribute to Youth. That's Forcing Bid. Just gone in there with Michael Roberts. All agreed in the background in the green colours. Number 17 is Kingsfold Flame. And also in the green colours and the Aga Khan's colours, that's Tamurad in the background. And then the grey on the right of your picture is Jason's Quest, who seems to have calmed down. But keep an eye on Jason's Quest when he goes into the stalls, because don't forget the damage he did to his chance last time out at Windsor. Only 3 more to go, one of whom is Jason's Quest. So I'll hand over to Graham.
Waiting for Jason's Quest to go in, the last to be installed for this Andy Capp Handicap. 17 runners. And it's Kingsfold Flame nearest to us. On the far side of that one, Forcing Bid with the brown sleeves and white cap. The Lionheart, Willie Carson. That's it, they're under orders, out and running, and through the first furlong is Tribute to Youth that goes on. Synomis, one of the best back horses, racing very wide indeed. As true is Glint of Victory, and Glint of Victory and Tribute to Youth from Synomis. Then just in behind these comes Common Side Gypsy, and behind that one is Arctic Ken. Mid-division at this stage is True Gent. And as they race for the first furlong and a bit, and it's Tribute to Youth next to the rails, but racing very wide indeed is Glint of Victory, and then Synomis, and behind that one races Common Side Gypsy, then Arctic Ken and True Gent and the Lionheart, followed by Forcing Bid, these mid-division next to the rails, Bolt in the pale jacket. In the green colours, that's all agreed on the right of the picture. So they begin the sweep into the home straight, and Tribute to Youth in the lead. From the Lionheart and Glint of Victory and Synomis, Belfast making a bit of ground on the outside. Common Side Gypsy follows these. Forcing Big gets a good run through next to the rails. But with just over 4 to go, it's Tribute to Youth who's clear of Glint of Victory in the red jacket. The grey horse, that's the Lionheart, the blinkered runner. With another grey is Jason's Quest. Then behind these comes Common Side Gypsy. Synomis, black with a white cap. On the extreme left of the picture, Balthus and Arctic Ken aren't out of it, but with under 2.5 to race, it's Tribute to Youth who's clear of Synomis and Glint of Victory. Here coming with a strong run is Tamurad in the green jacket. The Lionheart gets a reminder, a quarter of a mile to go, and Tribute to Youth is still clear by 4 to Tamurad, who's starting to make ground. Synomis back in third, making very good ground is Kingsfold Flame on the far side. Tribute to Youth hangs right across the track and brings Tamurad with it, but that doesn't affect Tamurad's run, and Tamurad quickens up inside the final furlong, and Tamurad goes on. The race is going to be for the minor places as Tamurad scoots clear. Synomis is going to be second up towards the line. Tamurad by 3 to 4 lengths. Synomis, Tribute to Youth, and Common Side Gypsy. Tamurad the winner, Synomis second. Then in third came Common Side Gypsy, 4 Tribute to Youth, and then Kingsfold Flame, Glint of Victory, Bold and all agreed. Heidi Bates and Jason's Quest and the Lionheart. And then Blaze of Gold behind that one, True Gent and Balthus and Arctic Ken and Tartuffe, and last of all was Forcing Bid. And so the outcome of this, the Andy Capp Handicap, at 14 to 1. It's a win for number 6, Tamurad, owned by His Highness the Aga Khan. One of the runners that Michael Stout did elect to run here today, ridden by Walter Swinburne, his 72nd winner of the season. Second was number 16, Synomis, ridden by Tony Ives, and officially a photo for third place between Common Side Gypsy, ridden by John Lowe, and also in that photo is Tribute to Youth, who looked all over the winner with 2 furlongs to race and then produced some very strange antics indeed.
Yes, Tribute to Youth hung quite badly. These are the 2 involved in that incident we're seeing in your picture now. With Tribute to Youth hung quite badly across Tamurad or towards Tamurad, but fortunately for Walter Swinburne and Tamurad's backers, he was going well and strong enough to get past without suffering any serious trouble. Chris Rutter on Tribute to Youth, who made the running and, as Graham has said, looked like winning at one stage. Let's have a look at it. And as we join them, there is Tribute to Youth over on the far side in the yellow colours, and Tamurad and Walter Swinburne are just coming up to join Synomis and Glint of Victory in the lead. Here comes Tamurad, and it's now, as you'd say, there was plenty of daylight between Tribute to Youth and Tamurad, but it quickly disappears. Here comes Tribute to Youth, whoa, hanging right across, but Walter Swinburne alters course as if he was on a polo pony, and fortunately Tamurad has the strength to go past Tribute of Youth and get clear of trouble. Synomis in Lord Derby's colours, black, white cap in the middle, can't do any more. Tribute Glint of Victory in the red colours with a white cap, and King's Flame over on the far side. Clear-cut victory for Tamarad. Let's have a look at the head-on replay now, and you'll see the Tribute to Youth. Chris Rutter did just give him a slap down the neck on the left side. He hangs away from that in this heavy ground, right across towards Tamarad, but Walter Swinburne is able to take voiding action and get round the obstacle, so to speak. If Tamarad hadn't been going that easily, he would have been knocked out of the race, and possibly Synomis, black, white cap in the middle, or Glint of Victory might have come through. It would, in fact, have been Synomis. But as it was, Tamarad was able to negotiate the hazards and come on and win. 2.5 lengths and 1.5, the winning distances. Well, another victory for Tamarad, and I hope that that will console Michael Stout, who made quite a fuss yesterday about the going at York. He took the view that the York executive had caused the going by watering. That wasn't the case, in fact. They hadn't watered since the Saturday a week before, and according to John Smith, the clerk of the course, they only watered just to wash the fertilizer in and do the grass good, and couldn't possibly have had any effect on the ground. And John Lowe, who you saw perhaps being interviewed yesterday, confirmed that the ground on the Friday, ground on the day before the beginning of the meeting, on the Monday that is, was fast. And so it was just the rain which turns the Knavesmire into a Knavesmire, and no fault of anybody. Let's have the starting point.
First, number 6, Tamarad, 14-1. Second, number 16, Synomis, the 5-1 favourite. Third, number 5, Common Cider Gypsy at 10-1. And the fourth horse, number 21, Tribute to Youth at 12-1. The tip returns win £15.80. Places £3.40, £1.50, £2.80 and £3.40. The dual forecast pays £38.10, and the non-runners were numbers 1, 4, 7, 12, 14, 23 and 24, and 17 rounds. And now the early winners here at York, starting with the 2 o'clock, won by number 33, Jamage, the 11-8 favourite. Non-runners here, numbers 6, 13 and 26, and the tote paid £2.20. The 2.30 went to number 1, Reference Point, the 14-1 on favourite. Non-runner 5, and the tote paid £1.10. The 3.10 was won by number 5, Darkham, at 13-2. Non-runners numbers 1, 2, 9, and 19, 25 and 29. Tote paid £8.80. The 3.45 was won by number 8, Reprimand, the 7-2 on favourite. Non-runner 7, and the tote paid £1.30. Finally, the 4.15 was won by number 6, Tamarad, at 14-1, and the tote paid £15.80.
And Tamarad's stable companion, Adsdow, he's declared, be one of the stars of the show tomorrow. We've got 4 races for you live again. We start with the Moorstyle Maiden, Moorstyle Convivial Maiden. There's 4 in that. There are 11 in the William Hill Sprint Championship. As I say, Adsdow is declared. Presumably if the ground was to get very bad, there might be a doubt about that. Then there are 12 in the Bradford and Bingley. And finally, 5 in the Lauder Stakes, including, of course, Blue Book. Well, today it's seen Reference Point. It's seen Henry Cecil go through the £2 million barrier. Let's leave you with Darkham winning the Ebor. The horse who was a savage today was a saint.
Darkham and Ambassador challenge on the right, on the left. Trapeze out, hit them Buckley. And Alahoon applies here. It's a wide open race with just a furlong to go. And Darkham has it from Ildoir. Inside the final furlong, Darkham surges and goes clear. Ildewa second. Pipston staying on very well to be third. But Darkham has it by 2, by 3 inside the final furlong. Darkham scoots away from these. Pipston stays on one to be second. Close to third, but up the line. Darkham, Pipston, Photo for third. And who knows?